Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is SimplyKrystelle. So today's video we're going to be unlocking the secrets to a flawless makeup base. So I'm going to be going step by step with you guys and showing you the steps on how to get a flawless makeup base that will last you for hours. So if you want to see this flawless base tutorial and these steps, make sure to keep on watching. Before we get on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to start out with a primer. I'm going to take my trusty primer, the e.l.f. Powder Grip Primer. I love this thing. I'm going to take this and just pat it onto the skin. As you can see, naturally my skin is very glowy, but I'm going to show you guys how I take this glowy skin, which is, there's nothing bad with it if your skin is glowy, but I'm going to take this glowy skin and I'm going to transform it so that my makeup can last so much more time and not get oily fast. And I make sure to put the Powder Grip Primer especially in my T-zone area because that's where I'm the oiliest and that's where my makeup tends to separate more often, is that area. Take a skin tone loose powder. This is the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder and this is in Dark Deep. This step is very important to ensuring that the makeup lasts a long time because before going in with my foundation, I'm gonna actually put this setting powder on my face. And because it's a loose powder, I like to just tap in the back of my hand just to help it blend more evenly. And as you can see, like as I'm putting this powder on my skin, look at this cheek and look at this cheek. This cheek still has shine to it while this cheek is more matte. So this just helps to control that glow and to control the oils that might seep through and just to kind of keep everything in place. If you have your makeup on for like 8-10 hours, I would really recommend this step. You see, like my skin just looks more matte, like the oil, it's not as glowy as it was with the primer, and I think that will help a lot with controlling oils. And next time I take is my foundation. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation and I wear mine in the shade Macao. Foundation, I like to apply it in layers. I recommend going in with a heavy hand with your foundation because that will cause your foundation to be cakey. So I like to take like 1 pump or 1.5 pumps and I'm just gonna apply a couple dots around my face. And the beauty of makeup is that you don't have to apply all your makeup in one layer. You can always just take your time with building it up to your liking. So I have hyperpigmentation down here, so I like to put a little bit extra dots down here because I have more to conceal down there. And I like to take a damp sponge. I recommend sponges because I feel like with sponge you get more of a controlled application, whereas there's nothing wrong with a brush. Is the brush you can have a greater chance of your foundation looking streaky, so I just think the sponge is the easiest and like most reliable way, and I just like to tap it in to the skin. One layer, this is one layer with the foundation. I want a little bit more coverage, so I'm gonna go in again with another pump and I'm just gonna make the dots a little bit bigger so that way I can get a little bit more coverage. So that's the thing with makeup too, like if you feel like you want more coverage, you have that right to go in with layers, but I don't recommend going in heavy-handed at first because it's easier to build up the makeup than it is to fix like cakey makeup, and trust me, you don't want to do that. This is the base, the foundation base. I actually really like the way it's looking. I feel like it looks very even, it looks very smooth. Like look at that. Like it just looks super even. It looks like skin. Not even just the foundation that's doing that, it's honestly skincare. Like flawless foundation and flawless base, your skincare has to be on point because if you don't take care of your skin, your foundation's not gonna look smooth and look even. Some concealer. I haven't used this concealer in a while. This is the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer, and when you are applying your concealer, back in the day a lot of people went in with the V or like just took a bunch and like put all like down here. These days I like to just put a dab here and a dab here. I feel like concealer is supposed to conceal, but I don't like, just the same with foundation. If you always want to add more concealer, then add more, but start off light. I like to use multiple sponges when I'm doing my makeup. I use this smaller sponge for my under eye and like to use the bigger sponge to blend out my foundation. So I'm just gonna go in with this sponge and start blending it out. And I've seen people use powder puffs actually to blend out their concealer. So you know what, we're gonna use a powder puff today to blend out our concealer. Concealer looks good, like it looks the way I want it to look. I just want a little bit more in the inner part of my under eyes. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more here. And also with under eyes, if you have creasy under eyes, some people have natural creases underneath their eyes. Like I have them. I have natural parts of my under eyes that just fold, but I find that using eye cream consistently really has helped my under eyes look much more smoother. And also I think with concealer, like it's gonna obviously conceal certain things of your under eye, but if you have naturally folded under eyes like I do, then the concealer is not really gonna do much. And you want to also kind of pull the skin to make sure the concealer is not in the folds. Like you want to make sure to blend it out in those folds. I'm gonna go in directly yet with our setting powder. We're gonna let the concealer just dry a little bit for like a minute or so. Also take some setting mist. Some people like to take setting mist and like kind of set everything in before going with powder. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna take some setting mist here from Tilbury and we're just gonna spray it on, and we're gonna let it set everything before we go in with our setting powder and our powdered products. Cream contour with the Tarte Sculpt Tape Contour Bronzer. I have mine in deep bronze. I'm actually surprised I like this product so much. Like it has become something I use all the time. I haven't used Tarte in a really long time, so that's why I'm like surprised that I like it. But I really just love the shade of this thing. Like I feel like it's my contour bronzer shade. It's so beautiful. You see this line right here, this demarcation line? I always like used to leave it when I was just first starting out, but now I'm just like blend. Take as much time as you need to blend your makeup. There is no like rules to, oh, you can only blend for so long. Like if you need to blend for 5 minutes, then you need to blend for 5 minutes. Like take your time to blend your makeup, because it's better to go out with blended makeup than to go out with some makeup that looks really like just bad. So if you need to take time, if it takes you longer to blend your makeup, then it takes you longer to blend your makeup. So while this is working in the skin, I'm actually going to go in with my setting powder. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Banana Powder. I don't want my under eyes to get too dry, and I like to swirl it or tap in the back of my hand that excess powder so I can go in with a smooth layer. And I'm gonna look up and just, I'm gonna bake today with this. Oh, I forgot to contour my nose. I'm gonna contour my nose. We're gonna let this bake for a while. I like how it's called like baking, like you're actually baking like food. Tell the nose. In correct order to apply makeup, because I've seen videos like on Instagram and stuff, correct order to apply makeup, and I'm like, is there really a correct order to apply makeup? Because I feel like as long as your makeup looks good, who cares how you apply it, right? Take a little bit more of that powder just to really clean up the contour on the side. I'm gonna do that, yeah. Okay. Take the Rare Beauty Worth Blush. Take a clean sponge and just blend that out. Very light pink, so you're not gonna see it as much on my skin, because I'm gonna go in with a powdered blush, but you're not gonna see this one as much on my skin. It doesn't show up as much. I like to take my blush upwards. I used to do the apples of my cheeks like down here, but then I bronzed here, so I like to apply my blush upwards now. Like just take it up and kind of take it up to the temples. Let's dust away that baking powder. I'm going with some powdered blush. This is from MAC. I really like this blush. It's called HAPPY-GO-ROSY. Now, the reason why I use the liquid blush is so my powdered blush can stay a little longer on the skin. But I really just love this pink, like this kind of berry toned blush. It's so pretty. And again, just taking it up to my temples. Now with powder it can be tricky because powder, if you use a lot of powdered products, you have to know that it can also look very drying as well. So with my powdered products, I put them on top of my liquid products. The rule is always liquid before powder, and it just helps it to look so much smoother. I'm just gonna take some of that blush like this. Take a skin tone matte powder. This is to set the foundation, so the areas where I applied foundation. So for example, my jawline, underneath my bronzer, my forehead where I didn't apply bronzer, I'm going to set all of those places just to ensure that the makeup stays in place. I don't want my liquid products to be moving. And also it kind of also serves as another step to evening out your skin tone. Like it just helps it to look so good. I don't apply too much, that's why I apply my blush, because I don't want to mess up the color. But I'm just gonna go over it just a little bit, just to make sure that I'm setting those places. And then after I do that, I'm gonna go in and spray my face. Take a little bit of highlight today. Like you see that little shine right here? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the little shine in your face. On super matte look, then of course you can go in and put some more powder here, but the reason why I have that little bit of shine is because the setting spray is still drying. But I'm gonna go in with a little bit of highlighter. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my finger and put some on my nose, and just put a little bit like up here. Oops, I put a lot of it right here. So a little bit and then went on a lot. Off camera, I'm gonna do my eyes, and I'm gonna be right back to show you guys the final look. Guys, so I'm back with my makeup on. As you can see, there's still a little bit of glowiness, but it's not like oiliness, it's just glowiness from the products. My skin looks so good, and I'm actually going to wear this for the rest of the evening. It's 6 o'clock right now, so I wear it for the rest of the time until I go to bed. But I really just like how smooth my skin looks, and my skin base just looks very flawless and very seamless. I'm just gonna zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see the skin. This is it from the side, front, side. So as you see, it's very flawless, very smooth. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to get a flawless base. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and liked it. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.